I'm Adam Watson.
I'm Julian Watson.
This is the Dark Slayer Mafia Power Hour. I told you I have a never-ending quest to take a look at every single promo comic there is.
Yeah.
And this one was handed out to quite a few people.
Oh.
X-Men the movie promo comic. This was given out at movie theaters when you went and saw the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I mentioned in the pickup video that at one point in time I owned like 300 copies of this damn thing.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of the cover?
It's alright.
Yeah, it's pretty basic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have done so many more interesting things with this cover.
Yeah.
I think this was actually reprinted a few times too.
Ah.
I think there's different cover options available depending on where you got it.
Ah.
And if I recall correctly, the actual story of this is part of the Wolverine prelude to the movie comic. It doesn't really fit in the continuity of the X-Men comics at the time or in the movie continuity.
Yeah.
So it kind of falls on both fronts right there. This was written by Jay Faber, penciled by Carl Waller. Inker was Mark McKenna. Letter was Chris Eliopoulos. Color was done by Atomic Paintbrush. They did not make the lettering easy to read on the credits on that.
No.
So it starts off with Wolverine looking like he's in pain. He's got claws above him, claws coming out of his wrists for some unknown reason. Like, this is just weird, having the claws go above him like that.
Yeah.
And then you notice that his claws are not coming out of the part of Wolverine's hand that his claws normally come out of.
Yeah, usually a knuckle.
Right? But they did get a Wolverine nipple in there, and that's very important.
And it looks like he has very long bulge in his pants.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, it does. What the hell is that supposed to be?
Torn shirt.
I guess so. That is unfortunately colored.
Yeah.
They colored it the same color as the pants. I did not notice that until you brought that up. But yeah, it does. Okay. So Wolverine's waking up from a nightmare. He's having flashbacks to the Weapon X program that made him. You know, it's fairly in line with continuity of everything.
Yeah.
And he's seeing a woman that looks a bit like Jean Grey. I'm actually not sure who that's supposed to be. But he doesn't know who she is because he's got amnesia. And he's crying because he has amnesia. Wolverine crying seems a little bit bizarre. I'm not going to lie about that.
Oh.
Like, he doesn't seem like the type of character who just wakes up and starts sobbing, you know? And what is with the consistency of the length of his claws?
Yeah.
They're like 3 feet long right here. They should have ended where they have the shiny spot.
Yeah.
And then he hears somebody outside. They don't really play into his super senses all that much in this. But I'm just going to go ahead and say he heard her outside because of his super senses.
It also says cough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, though. Maybe he only heard that because of his super senses. I'm not sure. So he goes out, starts talking to this woman who he finds laying outside of his trailer. And she doesn't know who she is. So Wolverine's instantly in love with her because they both have amnesia. Hers is more just that she doesn't know who she is, though, where Wolverine's is, you know, he doesn't know anything about the past.
Yeah.
He's asking her all these annoying questions about what time period she's in, and then immediately recognizes the type of trauma she has. So apparently Wolverine's also a doctor. Then she starts freaking out about going to the cops. And if you notice, she's got her shirt on. I'm going to say she has some sort of blanket around her, right?
Yeah.
And now she's all of a sudden just in her bra.
Very weird.
Yeah, there's no cohesiveness to the storytelling that informs you why she's all of a sudden just in a bra, other than just the titillation factor, I guess. But Wolverine's going to help her figure out who she is. Unfortunately, as he's doing that, a cop shows up and she freaks the fuck out. But Wolverine knows what to do when you freak the fuck out over having a cop chase you. Number one, become Siamese twins with the person that you're traveling with.
Very awkward looking.
Yeah. Have you ever played this fighting game?
No, but I think I've seen videos of Professor Xavier fighting, and it's the funniest thing I've seen.
Yeah. I played this game quite a bit, but I don't really remember it all that much.
Ah.
Waylo and I used to play it, a buddy of mine.
Mm.
So, what does Wolverine do when somebody freaks out about cops being after him? He slugs an innocent, harmless guy who's just getting off his motorcycle, steals the bike, making sure the girl is who has the helmet. Now, thing is, Wolverine has adamantium lace bones, right?
Right?
So I'm going to say he slugs you. You're going to really fucking feel it. It's not going to be like hitting with normal bone, right? He could have just killed this motherfucker. Like, all the guy's crime was having a bike that Wolverine wanted. He's a criminal. And then to show how awesome he is, they're going to ride directly towards a ferry, and he's just going to, like, go past the barricade and ride onto the ferry. This could have been done so much more effectively, too.
Yeah.
They could have actually showed them going up the jump instead of just a close-up on their faces.
Yeah.
But hey, Wolverine's crazy. And then we get to something you pointed out to me because I glossed over it. This weirdly sexual Milky Way ad. You don't unwrap it, you undress it. Milky Way Midnight. Milky Way apparently wants you to have sex with it before you eat it. There's something wrong with Milky Way in this time period.
This comic was most candy, I'm pretty sure, but like M&Ms, those are also sexual. But like this is sold at a.
This was given out at movie theaters.
Did not say anything about Toys R Us.
Yeah, it's got Toys R Us ads all over it.
Okay. Yeah, it has Toys R Us ads. So I presume it's targeted towards children.
I wonder where seizethenight.net leads you to now. Yeah. So then they do show a jump after it looked like they were already jumping. And he lands perfectly on the ferry, skidding to a stop before they actually hit a car. I knew he was good at riding bikes, but damn, that's like impressive as fuck. This has to be the second weirdest panel in this comic, only after them becoming Siamese twins. The perspective on that is just so fucking bizarre, and it doesn't work. It's not exaggerated in a way that works.
No.
So Juicy Fruit doesn't want to have sex with you. It just wants to sell you gum before alligators eat it, apparently. While you're bungee jumping. I don't know. Whatever the case, it's not trying to have sex with you, so that's good. So then we're met with some really shitty rotoscoped mountains. As she almost remembers who she is. Almost. But then she lost it because Wolverine started pestering her with questions. And then we get a scene where the cops are poorly checking over a van to make sure they're not the stowaway cargo. Meanwhile, Wolverine is managing to hold her up completely in the bottom of this. Now, I know these guys aren't border patrol, I don't think, at least, right?
Right.
But when you go across the border, they actually have little mirrors that they look underneath the vehicles with. So I don't feel like this would have worked properly. I think they would have noticed. Also, how strong is he that he can support his whole weight and her underneath this thing? But he's superhero, so that one I can look past.
He's like superhuman and has mal stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So then we can see that they're getting closer because they're holding hands. I assumed they already did things considering the fact she was in her bra, but maybe not. And then she sees a wounded child and goes to help it, and that's when some bad guys call in the fact that they spotted her. They go to a restaurant, and this is like the only place where Wolverine's enhanced senses come into play. He realizes that there's a smell of cologne coming from the women's bathroom. So, him just barging in there, it's a damn good thing that the woman actually is in danger, because he could just be barging in on a woman who just happens to like Axe body spray or whatever,
Yeah.
So he starts doing his Wolverine thing, kicking their asses. And then we get another awkward panel.
Yeah.
I get that he's supposed to be tossing the guy out of the window, right? But is this really the only way they could think to illustrate someone being tossed out of a window?
Apparently, they could have had to, like, back to the viewers falling head first, but nope.
Yeah, something. They could have had him dangling the guy out the window by his foot, something that would have indicated, or just making a tossing motion while the guy's going.
Yeah.
Instead, it looks like they're both going to jump out the window.
Yeah.
Because it looks like that's what Wolverine's going to do,
Yeah.
Ultimate Spider-Man ad. I didn't remember this being advertised as early as the X-Men movie. But apparently it was. So then the guy shoots Wolverine, but, he's Wolverine, so that's not going to do much. And while he's shooting him, Wolverine goes ahead and stabs him with his claws. So we've seen that in this comic, his claws are like 9 feet long at times, right?
Right.
And you do still see him stabbed into the guy's shoulder right there. You see him stabbed in the wrong spot, by the way. I think those are supposed to be his claws anyway. So he stabs him in the front, and now it looks like his claws, doesn't it?
I think he's retracting.
Oh, he's retracting them. Okay, yeah, you're right. I like the blood's still not red, though, by the way. But he stabs him, and the claws can't burst through the guy's jacket. Like, why not? You're showing him being stabbed.
Yeah.
You've already established that these are the longest Wolverine claws possible.
Yeah.
So, one of the guys who survives the Wolverine onslaught calls in the fact that there's a mutant protecting this woman. So they know it's time to send for the Silver Samurai. And then we see the Silver Samurai looking just like he does in every single one of the comics. So it's not really a movie version per se.
Yeah.
Killing all of the ninja hired help he has that are his sparring partners.
Yeah.
So he just keeps hiring more people and killing them. And it's to be continued in the X-Men movie prequel Wolverine. So I think this is just like the first chapter of that, if I recall correctly. Did this make you want to go seek that movie book out and read it?
Not really.
Does it make you want to watch the movie?
Not really.
Yeah, good thing though, the movie's actually good. So,
Yes.
But Silver Samurai is used in the Wolverine movie, isn't he? He's like a main character in The Wolverine, the one that's just called The Wolverine. And none of the continuity of what is in this is played into in that.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem when the comics do things that are like movie tie-ins.
Yeah.
Is that the movies don't have to listen to the continuity that's been laid down. So these pretty much are just erased from continuity as soon as they come out.
Yeah.
But overall, in terms of just a freebie comic, it's fine.
Yeah.
I've read worse Wolverine stories.
Yeah.
I've definitely read better too. But I have read worse,
Definitely.
You got anything else?
No.
All right, let's go make some comics. We didn't create the comics that were featured in today's episode, but we did create these. Check out Ghost Assassin in the Cards and the Chihuahua Who Flew Away mini comic, both of which were written by me. The Chihuahua Who Flew Away was illustrated
by me.